Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good afternoon, everyone. Today will be the last lesson for this course. So previous week we finished samatha. So actually now we are going to study Vipassana according to Abhidhamma, Abhidhamma Sangha. So look at page number 344. Really? Okay. So we'll talk about Vipassana. Actually, this is a page number 344. 7 stages of purification. In Rathavinita Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya, Sutta number 24. So the Buddha talk about 7 stages of the path to enlightenment or Nibbana. 7 stages of the path to Nibbana. So based on the structures or the teaching in Rathavinita Sutta, so Visuddhimagga interpret the path to liberation or the 7 stages of purification. So based on that sutta. So actually here, based on Visuddhimagga, so Abhidhamma Sangha, this manual also follow. Actually it is a little bit, actually there are some, some method that mentioned in other suttas, a little bit different, but actually it's the same, but only the way the Buddha put, only the name. So number 1, the purification of virtue. The purification of virtue. This is a sila. Sila Visuddhi. Number 2, purification of mind. Actually, this one is a samadhi or concentration. Number 3, purification of view, Daithi Visuddhi. Actually, this one became panya with wisdom. And purification by overcoming doubt. This is also wisdom. Actually, the rest are wisdom. So as you all know that we have a sila, samadhi, panya. Sila Visuddhi, the purification of virtue, is a sila, morality. And purification of mind is a concentration. And the rest 5 are wisdom. So actually today my focus 7 stages of purification. Actually this is important for us to understand. Then you will know the path to Nibbana or the path to enlightenment. And purification of path and not path. and purification by knowledge and vision of the way. So the knowledge and vision of the way. 7. Purification by knowledge and vision. So these are 7 stages of purification. So if you want to get purification, or if you want to attain Nibbana, or if you want to attain enlightenment, so these are the stages. These are the stages. Look at page number 345. 345. So if you look at here, I think you will understand these are 7 stages. Purification of virtue. It is the 4 kinds of purifying virtue. So there are 4 kinds actually in the manual of Abhidhamma, Abhidhamma Sangha, and also in Visuddhimagga. 4 kinds of purifying virtue is called purification of virtue. And purification of mind. Second, purification of mind. It is either assess concentration or absorption concentration. Assess concentration or jhana concentration. Number 3, purification of view. So actually it is understanding characteristics of mental and material phenomena. So actually characteristic will be 3 characteristics: nature, dukkha, anatta. The nature of nama rupa in terms of nature, dukkha, anatta is called purification of view. Then purification by overcoming doubt. Actually the first one is a sila, second one is a samadhi, the rest are wisdom. The rest are wisdom. Purification by overcoming doubt, and that is discernment of conditions by mental and material phenomena. Discernment of conditions, actually understanding the origin and the cause of nama rupa. Nama rupa, getting higher. So if you have such understanding or discernment, you will be able to overcome doubt. So actually later we'll learn one by one. And number 5, purification by knowledge and vision of path and not path. So when you attain this level, so you will be able to recognize which is the path, which is not path. But in this case, it's getting complicated. Actually, we have 10 type of insight knowledge. 10 type of insight knowledge, which is mentioned in the page number 344. Sorry, 346. Page number 346. 10 type of insight knowledge. The 10 insight knowledge. So we have to understand comparing with the 10 type of insight knowledge. So here, number 5, the purification by knowledge and vision of path and not path. It talk about the first insight knowledge and the first half of second insight knowledge. Here, a man number 5, purification by knowledge and vision of path and no path. It is the knowledge of comprehension. Actually, this is the first insight knowledge. The first insight knowledge. And also the second half of, we call it tender phase. A tender phase of the knowledge of rise and fall. And we also have a mature phase, mature phase. So second insight knowledge is divided into 2, tender phase and mature phase. So when you attain when you reach the purity of purification of by knowledge and vision of path and not path, number 5, right? Then you will have the first insight knowledge as well as second half of insight knowledge in the tender phase, right? Don't worry, we will study one by one. But I just want you to know overview, overview. Then when you reach the purification, number 6, purification by knowledge and vision of the way or vision of the path. Talk about the path. Earlier one, the path and not path. Trying to you understand. And number 5 is understanding the path and not path. You are able to recognize, able to distinguish between path and not path. But in the 6th one, purification by knowledge and vision of the way of the path to Nibbana. So when we talk about the path and the way, then we have to understand among 10 type of insight knowledge here, 10 type of insight knowledge, and a mature phase of second insight knowledge. The knowledge of rise and fall up to 10, up to 10. So it is called number 6, purification by knowledge and vision of the way. Vision of the way. Actually here, another one, change your lineage. Actually we already learned that, change your lineage. Before we attain Magga and Phala, we have a one state of mind is called change your lineage, quadruple. So it is between the number 6 and number 7. Number 6 and number 7, in between. So number 7 is a purification by knowledge and vision. Now you have a knowledge and vision. So that means you already attained the path and fruition. So this is the 7 stages of purification mentioned in Ratthavinita Sutta in Majjhima Nikaya. So we thought we might follow that method to explain the path to enlightenment. So actually we will learn this one. But actually according to Sutta, according to many Suttas, mentioned in different way. But actually at the end of the day they are the same, they are the same. Only the name different. But this way, so explanation given by Visuddhimagga is comprehensive and also very beautiful if we understand. So today we'll try to understand it. Number 1, purification of virtue. Actually, before we train our mind to attain enlightenment, we must have a very pure virtue or morality. So that is the first step, the first stage. So it is purification of virtue is a fourfold purification of virtues. Number 1, virtue of patimokkha restraint. So as a Buddhist man, we have a 227 major rules and also other rules. For layperson, 5 precepts, 8 precepts, etc. So these are called virtue of patimokkha restraint. Number 2, virtue of restraint or sense faculties. So you have to control your eye, ear, nose, tongue, the body, and the mind. These are 6 faculties. So if you want to attain enlightenment, you have to control all your faculties, all your senses. Otherwise, you cannot. Number 3, virtue of purity of livelihood. So as a layperson, in your profession, you have to refrain from unwholesome bodily, verbal, and mental actions. So then only your virtue is pure. You will have the first stage, purification of virtue. As a Buddhist man, we have a lot, we have a lot. So our livelihood must be very, very pure, you know. If suppose if somebody without invitation, we cannot say devotees, I want this, I want that, like this, you know. If I say I want that, not pure, you know. So that actually this is just example, you know, just example. Sometimes you want something from devotee and you tell them, wow, you're very knowledgeable, you're very kind, compassionate. And the actually intention to get something, no? Not pure, not pure. So actually just example. So if you want to know, you can go to Brahmachala Soda. Sorry, Samanya Phala Soda. Digha Nikaya, Soda number 2. So there are a lot the Buddha has given, you know. Then number 4, virtue concerning with the requisites. So as a Buddhist man, if we are eating the food, we have to reflect, you know, we have to contemplate. So we are eating the food not because of physical beauty, not because of physical strength, but because to do, you know, missionary things, you know, like this. The Buddha has given the method. As a lay person also, you have to do that. You have to do that. For that reason, some meditation centers, so they advise meditator, you know, to do, you know, the last one, virtue of concerning with the requisites. So before they eat, they have to really loving kindness to the donor, and also they have to reflect. So not because to get physical strength or, you know, physical beauty, like this. So these are purification of virtue. Actually, this is I think there's just example. It's a different way of explaining on the purification of virtue. But if you can fulfill these 4, more than enough. More than enough. As a lay person, even number 1, no. So virtue of patimokkha restraint. So how to say, abiding by law, you know, laid down by the country, you know, laid down by the management committee, like this. These are the rules, you know. These are the virtue, you know. These are the virtue. So before we go to mental training, we must have a purification of virtue. This is the first stage. The first stage. For that reason, in Samdhanika, the Buddha say, Sila Pataithaya Narosapanyo. So based on Sila, standing on Sila, we have to practice the mind and wisdom. So yeah, the mind means concentration. Wisdom means wisdom, panya. And second one, purification of mind. Actually, this is one can attain purity of mind by overcoming 5 hindrances. We have 5 hindrances: sensory desire, airway, sloth and torpor, and restlessness and worry, and doubt. So these are 5 hindrances. So if you don't have 5 hindrances, your mind is pure. So these hindrances are removed when one reach assess concentration. Number 1. Number 2, jhana concentration. So if you have assess concentration or jhana concentrations, these 5 hindrances are removed. For follower of pure insight, Vipassana yanika, those who are following pure insight, not practicing jhana concentrations, according to commentary. So their momentary concentration is equal to assess concentration. According to commentary, for those who are just practicing pure Vipassana, not focusing on concentration or jhana, even assess concentration. So their momentary concentration is equal to access concentration. If you are meditating, you have a momentary concentration. At that time, 5 hindrances are removed. There's no 5 hindrances in your mind. So that is considered as a access concentration. But here, the point here is concentration is purification of mind. It can be access concentration, jhana concentration, and momentary concentration. So that is called purification of mind. You're meditating, there's no hindrances in your mind. That means your mind is pure, So this is second stage. Purification of virtue, the first stage. The second one, purification of mind. So up to here, samatha, right? Purification of mind is samatha level. Number 3, purification of view. It is the knowledge of clear comprehension. It's the knowledge of clear comprehension about mental and material phenomena. In other words, 5 aggregate. So here, purification of view, your view, your perspective is pure. Based on a very stable concentration, you can have this understanding, this view. So it is the knowledge of clear comprehension about mental and material phenomena of 5 aggregate. It is also called the analytical knowledge of mind and matter. Nama rupa preccheda jnana. Actually, in the Vipassana, in meditation, is Nama rupa preccheda is very popular. Nama rupa preccheda. So, because at this stage, the meditator can analyze the mind and matter in terms of 3 characteristics. So, as your concentration is very deep, as your mind is very stable, then you are able to understand, able to comprehend, the nature of mind and matter in terms of impermanence, suffering, non-self. So by that time, your view, your perspective is pure. So up to here, even up to here, stay considered as a samatha. Purification of view, but of course is a samatha. Actually, it is a preliminary stage of the Vipassana. So purification of view here means your view is very pure, because with the help of a deep concentration, you will be able to comprehend the nature of mind and body, the nature of mind and matter in terms of impermanent, they are impermanent, they are suffering, they are non-self. So your perspective, your view is pure regarding with the nama rupa, mind and matter. With this knowledge, the meditator became to realize that apart from mental and material phenomena, apart from nama rupa, there is no permanent entity as a soul or self or consciousness or whatever name you call it. So in that way, your views is becoming pure. So when you reach this level, this stage, you begin to understand, other than nama rupa, there's no permanent entity, whatever you call it, whatever name you call it, just nama rupa. They arises and passes away, impermanent. Therefore, they are suffering. For that reason, non-self. Okay, okay. Very quick question. Okay.
The sentence does not seem to be right.
Okay.
Grammatically, I will explain. With this knowledge, the meditator becomes to realize that apart from mental and material phenomena, there is no other permanent entity. So it seems to be saying that mental and material phenomena is permanent.
You're right. Okay,
yes,
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I will change it. Thank you. So I also notice why I'm reading. So actually, other than actually here, meditators see nama, rupa, mind and matter. They are impermanent. They are suffering. They are non-self. Apart from nama, rupa, he does not see any permanent entity. But of course, if I say like this, nama, rupa seem to be permanent. Other than nama, rupa, none. Nothing. Okay, so I will change it. So in that way, his view is becoming pure. It is the knowledge to see the condition. Number four. Sorry. Now we go to next one. The purification by overcoming doubt. So earlier one, you have a clear view, a correct view. But in the next one, purification by overcoming doubt. So you don't have any doubt about. Let's see. What are your doubts? It is the knowledge to see the conditions or the causes of the mind and matter. But here, the conditions or the causes of mind and matter. Because of this knowledge, all the doubt regarding with the original mind and matter are eliminated. Because some people think that the original of our mind, our body, is Almighty God, like this, right? You have a doubt about it. But now you also understand how they arise, how they disappear. Especially you know the cause of mind and matter. For that reason, you don't have any doubt about Buddha's teaching. They are impermanent, they are suffering, they are non-self. Earlier, you have a doubt. You have so many doubts, whether it is correct to say, is there any permanent entity in the world? Like this. So regarding with the original mind and matter, so you have some doubt. So when you read this stage, all these doubts are removed, eliminated. So this stage is called the knowledge of discerning conditions. So there's another name. Another name is called Paccaya Brahmajnana. Paccaya means the cause. Brahma means taking, taking. Jnana means the knowledge. The knowledge of taking or understanding the cause or the mind and matter. So when you read this level, getting, your understanding about mind and matter is getting deeper. You even understand the cause of arising of mind and matter. It's called the knowledge of discerning conditions. You understand the cause or the origin of mind, how I consciousness arises. You understand. Because you have an eye, something to see, because of the eye consciousness arises. You understand the causes, eye and visible object, and sound and your ear. These are the causes of eye consciousness. So these are the causes of eye consciousness. So at this stage, the law cause and effect. Because of this, that happened. And the law of dependent origination, because based on I and the form, I consciousness arises. Dependent on, So I consciousness arises dependent on I and the form. So the law of dependent origination and the law of karma, is getting clear. By comprehending the causes of mental and physical phenomena, the meditator overcome doubt, such as, have I been in the past life? Shall I be in the future? Or am I now? Like this. So there are a lot of doubt about. Lot of doubt. Some people have a doubt about their past life. Some people have a doubt about the future life. Even they have a doubt about current existence. So when you understand, when you read this level, this stage, so you understand the cause or the origin of mental and physical phenomena. For that reason, based on this current understanding, you don't have any doubt about past life. You don't have any doubt about future life, let alone present life. So actually this is based on your own understanding. So in this level, this is a very famous Visuddhimagga statement. No God, no Brahma can be formed. Creator of samsara realm, empty phenomena alone. Empty. So here empty means sunyata. Sunyata means no permanent entity. They arises and passes away. Impermanent. Suffering, non-self. Empty phenomena alone, subject to cause and condition. So they arises because of cause and condition. So in this stage, the knowledge, the purification by overcoming or doubt, in this stage, so you are understanding, your comprehension of Nama Rupa is getting clear. You even see the origin of them. For that reason, you yourself realize that there's no God, no Brahma. Mind and mental and material phenomena arises because of the causes. Yeah.
So this is actually what the Buddha himself went through 260 years ago when he attained the three knowledges.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Actually, this is the way the Buddha explained. So these are the stages the enlightened being were experienced.
Actually, these are the stages that he himself went through.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Actually, when the Buddha talk about his enlightenment, his experience differently. But here, the Buddha used different method, different way. Normally, actually here I didn't I didn't mention other method because not much time. So later I will compare in my Soda study class in next year. I will compare. This is the 7 stages of purification mentioned in Majjhima Nikaya and also in many sodas in other Nikayas. So the Buddha mentioned differently. But they are the same, When you compare, all these ones, they are the same. That the Buddha, sometimes the Buddha elaborate, sometimes the Buddha keep summarize. Yeah, these are, anyone will experience same thing. So at this stage, the meditator just pay attention to the rising of Nama Rupa, not dissolution. But now the meditator concentration is very deep, his mind is very serene and calm. So he just pay attention to arising of nama rupa, how the mind and matter arises. Actually he did not pay attention to the dissolution. So the reason is his concentration is not deeper yet. He just pay attention to the arising of nama rupa, how they arise. The meditator did not pay attention how they disappear. Even for us, even we cannot comprehend arising and disappearance of nama rupa. But here, pay attention to the rising, how they arise. So arising of nama rupa very quick, and dissolution of nama rupa very quick. With normal mind, we cannot catch up with. So here, with the deeper level of concentrations, able to catch up with arising of nama rupa, not pay attention to the dissolution of nama rupa. So this knowledge is considered as just a preliminary stage of insight. Not a real insight. Not real insight. It is a wisdom part, but just a preliminary stage of insight. Insight meditation start from the next purification. Insight meditation start only next purification. Number one, you must have a purity of virtue. Number two, you must have your mind must be very pure, free from five hindrances. Purification of mind. So if your mind is pure, then your understanding or your view will be clear. Purification of view. So at that stage, you understand, you have a clear understanding of nama rupa. This is nama, this is rupa. This is mind, this is matter. Like this. You clearly understand. So when you are taking meditation, then you are focusing on breathing. You are breathing. The breathing is matter, and the mind that know is a nama. Like that, you clearly understand it. Then if you understand, if you have if your concentration is deeper, so you will even understand the origin or the condition or arising of nama rupa, why they arise, their causes. So in that way, so you overcome doubt about, have I been in the past? Will I be in the future? Like this. So there are a lot of doubt about past life and future life, even doubt about current life. So when you read this level, so you also understand the rising of mind and matter and their causes. So in that way, you don't have any doubt about permanent entity or the God or Brahma, anything that create. Because you also understand, the nature of mind and matter. So in that way, all your doubt about past life, future life, and present life disappear. The next one is a purification of path and no path. Purification of path and no path. Based on perfect serenity of the mind, one practice insight meditation. Continue to practice. Insight meditation start from this stage. At this stage, one became to realize the right path and wrong path. Which are the right path and which are the wrong path. You yourself will realize. It is called purification of path and no path. Magga, Jnana Tasana Visuddhi. out of 10 kinds of insight knowledge, page number 446, right? 446. Out of 10 kinds of insight knowledge, Vipassana Panya, purification of part and not part covers the first kinds of Vipassana knowledge and second half of Vipassana knowledge. Second half of Vipassana knowledge. So we have 10 kinds of insight knowledge, Vipassana knowledge. Among them, this purification, this stage cover the first type of Vipassana knowledge and half of the second type of Vipassana knowledge. Later I will explain further. So before we talk about this one, and then you already know it, 3 characteristics of the world. Tilakana. The Buddha says 5 aggregates are impermanent. Mind and matter are impermanent. So what are impermanent are suffering. So what are suffering are non-self. So here, if you look at here, impermanent nature of the 5 aggregate, impermanent nature of Nama Rupa are important. So if you understand impermanent nature, so you understand that they are suffering, they are non-self. So these are called 3 characteristics. Our mind is changing, impermanent. Our body, people, the building, trees, everything, they are sankhara, conditioned by many causes. Because of that, they are impermanent. For that reason, they are suffering. For that reason, they are non-self. They are non-self. So here, analyzing mental and physical phenomena. In other words, analyzing 5 aggregate into 3 characteristics of the world is called Vipassana. Vipassana is very clear. If you are analyzing your 5 aggregate, you are analyzing your mind and body in terms of nature, dukkha, and anatta. That's called Vipassana. You don't need to ask anyone. This one, quick, very quick understanding, Okay, you can look at page number 44. Uh, 346, paragraph number 23, 3 characteristics, right? Okay, I think no need to go further. So here, if you analyze 5 aggregate or Nama Rupa in terms of nature, dukkha, anatta, you are practicing Vipassana. So we have 10 kinds of insight knowledge. 10 type of insight knowledge. The first one, the knowledge of comprehension. The knowledge of comprehension. Actually, this one, this one is under the purification by. What is it? Purification by knowledge and vision of path and no path. Number 5, right? No path. I think it's good to look at page number 345, 345. Easier for you. And you can read explanation of Bhikkhu body later. Look at page number 345. Number 5 is the purification by knowledge and vision of path and no path. So in this stage, so the first type of insight knowledge and also tender phase, a tender level of second insight knowledge. When you have stage of insight knowledge. So main 10 type of insight knowledge. Number 1 is the knowledge of comprehension, samasana jnana. So here, comprehension means, the knowledge of comprehension means insight wisdom that observe and explore and try to comprehend the nature of phenomena as impermanent, suffering and non-self. So with the deeper level of concentrations, if you can see mental and physical phenomena, or if you can see five aggregate as impermanent, suffering and non-self, so that is called the knowledge of comprehension. You clearly comprehend the nature of nama rupa. The nature of nama rupa. That is called the first type of insight knowledge. Second one, the knowledge of rise and fall, arising and falling, arising and disappearance, or dissolution. The knowledge of rise and fall, uddhapaya jnana. At this stage, the arising and falling of phenomena became very clear to meditator. So I say, with the help of deeper level of concentrations, one can see arising of nama-rupa and falling away of nama-rupa. So at the meditator mind, arising and falling is quite clear. So as a result of this tender knowledge of rise and fall, here tender. So as a result of this tender knowledge of rise and fall, the 10 corruption of insight usually arise. But here also 10 corruption of insight. So at this level, so as a result of tender knowledge of rise and fall, the 10 corruption of insight usually arise. So here also we have to understand it's very complicated, So we have to be very mindful and also very concentrated when we are learning this one. We are talking about 7 stages of purification. Now we are learning 5, 5th stage. Purification by knowledge and vision or right path and not path. Right, not path. We are learning that. So when we are talking about number 5 stage, the 5th stage, we have to understand 10 type of Vipassana knowledge. 10 type of Vipassana knowledge. So a main 10 type, the first one and the half of second one, a tender phase of second Vipassana knowledge. It covers it is the stage of the purification of purification by knowledge and vision of number 5. Number 5 purification. So when you read second type of insight knowledge, then 10 corruption insight usually appear in the minds of meditator. And you can look at page number 352. If you don't want, no need to look at, and you can read 352 later, because it's a very long explanation. So in the tender phase of the knowledge of rise and fall, uddhapaya jnana, 10 type of 10 corruption of insight usually appear. You have to know it. So number 1, the aura of light from the body. But as a result of a deep concentration, a deep wisdom, and the light will appear from your body. Even though you close your eye, even though you are meditating at night, the light will appear from your body because of a deep concentration and also a deep wisdom. The knowledge of rise and fall. So people may think that, oh, because of Magga, these light appear from our body. So for that reason, oh, the light appear in our body. A kind of attachment appear in our mind. No? Kind of attachment to the light may appear in our mind. For that reason, attachment is the danger. No? Attachment is the danger for the enlightenment or Nibbana. It's not the path to Nibbana. The light from our body is not the path. It's not the path. Amagga. For that reason, number five, purification. Purification by knowledge and vision of the path and no path. So when you read this level, understanding or the knowledge arising for is the path. But when you read this level, 10 corruption inside usually appear, and the light from your body. You think that, oh, as a result of Magga, I attain Magga and Phala. And sometimes you may have an attachment to the light. Wow, the light appear in my body. Mana, mana. When you think that, oh, this is the result of Magga and Phala, that's a wrong view. When you attach that light, then that is a craving. So these are not the path. The light from your body is not the path. But now you understand. You move on. You move on. The second one, astonishing rapture, not normal rapture. Astonishing rapture appear, and you like it. You like it. You want to do. You're very happy. To do meditation. If you enjoy it, if you crave for it, that's not path. It became corruption. Actually, the light from your body, astonishing rapture, usually is not a corruption. It's not a defilement. Because of you are defined mind, defilement in our mind, they became corruption. Even we do not use the word kilesa. Kilesa is defilement. So here, the Buddha used the word upakilesa. Upakilesa is a little bit different from defilement. So for that reason, bhikkhu body, corruption. So there will be corruption in our mind on the path to Nibbana. So if you have attachment to your astounding rapture, that is not the path. It will lead to corruption. It's corruption for your path. You have to know it. It's not even astonishing rapture is not the path. Number C, tranquility, passivity. So actually, because of astonishing rapture, tranquility in your mind appear, quite serene and quite calm and quite tranquil in your mind. Then you think that, wow, that's bliss. That's Nibbana, Nibbana bliss, When you have such understanding is a wrong view. If you crave for it, craving, crave for it. So based on defilement in your mind, it became corruption. Normally, tranquility itself is not a corruption. Then happiness and bliss, bodily, mental and bodily happiness in your mind, pleasure in your mind, and bliss. It's very deep. And although you understand this is Nibbana bliss, like this. So for that reason, these are not path. That will trick you, on the path. So for that reason, purification on this state is very important. Purification by knowledge and vision of path and no path. For that reason, a competent meditation teacher is necessary. So they will guide you, they will be able to guide you. So which are the path and not path? No? Not path. Understand? Question.
I can't remember, but I think the 7 factors of enlightenment.
Yeah, actually they are the factors of enlightenment, but they are, of course, factors of enlightenment if they are combined with the defilement in our mind, they become corruption. So it will lead to misunderstanding, it will do wrong direction. So when you want to attain Nibbana or enlightenment, don't pay attention to them. Don't pay attention to them. Just focus what you're doing. We are practicing, the knowledge of rise and fall. Rise and fall of Nama Rupa. How the mind arises and matter arises, how they fall away. That's all. That's our path. But because of the life from our body, astonishing rapture, tranquility, happiness, or bliss, it will lead to down direction. They are not the path.
So, I think it's very, very important when you reach that level.
Yeah, you're right.
Meditation to really have a very, very strong level of equanimity. So it's not to fall over onto
Later it will come. So there's stage by stages, okay? The next one, resolution. Resolution means you have a strong faith, to do that. So you are not moving back. You don't want to move back. You are all the time want to meditate. All the time want to meditate. In this level, resolution, resolution. And also a great exertion. You make a lot of effort to sustain or to keep this practice, not to fall down. But for that reason, the Buddha says, so we have to balance between exertion and concentration. So if you make a lot of effort, too much effort, then not balance. So in this stage also, so when you reach this level, great exertion, you make a lot of effort, to get more improvement. If you have a lot of examen, you cannot improve. Must balance with the concentrations. And also the knowledge about Nama Rupa. You have a very clear knowledge about Nama Rupa. So the knowledge of wisdom. So at this stage, so your understanding about Nama Rupa is quite clear that you misunderstand this knowledge as a Magga of Phala. So for that reason, the knowledge itself is not a corruption, but if we combine with other defilement. Then number 9, rock-like mindfulness. At this time, your mindfulness is so stable that it looks like a mountain and rock. Commentary use look like a Mount Meru. Cannot move, Mindfulness is very stable. Then unshaken equanimity. So your equanimity about Nama Rupa is unshaken. So you mistaken as a Magga and Phala. It's settled attachment. Actually, this is the most important one. This one is settled attachment. So you even attach to your achievement, spiritual achievement, attach to your concentration, mindfulness. So if you have an attachment, a very settled one. Actually, it's not a craving. Need candy, settled attachment. Sometimes we have attachment to meditation, meditative bliss. So if you have too much attachment, or even a certain attachment, not path. So these are 10 corruption of insight. So when you reach second level of insight knowledge, the knowledge of rise and fall of nama rupa, then you will have a 10 corruption of insight usually appear. So when you have a competent meditation master to be able to guide you, but if you know after reading all these one, after learning the Dhamma in the Dhamma classes, then you know that they are not path. They are not path. You have a purification by knowledge and vision of path and no path. Now your path is the knowledge about rising and falling of nama rupa. That's your path. But on the way, at this stage, tranquility, astonishing rapture, light from your body, etc. appear. Then you think that, wow, that is the path. That's Nibbana, like this. So, because of those defilements in your mind, they became corruption. So, when you keep on practice, then you begin to realize these 10 corruption or insight are not the path. Not the path. By practicing insight meditation further, the meditator began to realize that they are just corruption or insight. Such knowledge is called purification of path and no path. Magga, Jnana, Dasana, Visuddhi. Then move on, the next one. Purification by knowledge and vision of the way. Vision of the path. Vision of the path. Look at page number 345. Number 6. 345. 345. I mean charge. Talking about charge. Because if you look at explanation, very confusing. You can read later. So number 6, purification by knowledge and vision of the path or the way. When the meditator continues to explore the rise and fall of phenomena, mental and physical phenomena, it reaches mature knowledge of that insight. So your insight or wisdom is getting mature. Earlier, not mature yet. So not mature means you have a 10 corruption or insight, and you think that they are Magga, Phala, or the bliss of Nibbana, etc. Not mature yet. But now you begin to realize they are not the path. They are not the path. Then now, mature knowledge of rise and fall of phenomena. Progressive knowledge of the last 9 type of insight knowledge. The last 9 type of insight knowledge. Will be 10 type of insight knowledge. The last 9. It's called purification by knowledge and vision of the way. Vision of the way. So if you have the last 9 type of insight knowledge, so you have a purification of the path. Purification by knowledge and vision of the path, of the way. Then number 3, Number 1 is the knowledge of comprehension about nama rupa. Number 2, the knowledge of rise and fall. And the tender level, 10 corruption insight will appear. Then you think you understand that they are not the path. Then you have a mature level of the knowledge of rise and fall of phenomena. Then number 3, as you understand, as your knowledge is getting mature, so you have the knowledge of dissolution, Panganyana, the knowledge of dissolution. When the meditator knowledge of rise and fall became more and more keen and clear, he no longer pay attention to arising of phenomena. He just pay attention to cessation of phenomena or dissolution of phenomena. So earlier, you pay attention both, arising and disappearance. But now, when your knowledge or rising voice so mature that, so in your wisdom, in your mind, dissolution or cessation of mind and matter is so clear to you. You remember earlier when, in one stage, only arising, no? Now, cessation or dissolution of mental and material phenomena, so clear to you. So clear that you just see, dissolution of mental and material phenomena. They just fall away. For that reason, in Mahaparinibbana Sutta, the Buddha taught the less utterance, the less speech. Vaya Dhamma Sankhara Apamadena Sampadeta. All conditioned phenomena are subject to dissolution, subject to cessation. The Buddha just say dissolution, strive on with mindfulness. This is the last words of the Buddha. Because the Buddha, he himself knows that all mental and physical phenomena, they are subject to dissolution, cessation, very clear to his mind. For that reason, the Buddha said, but in that stage, the knowledge of dissolution, so your concentration, your knowledge is getting deeper and clearer. For that reason, you just see, you just pay attention the dissolution of nama rupa. Then, as you see dissolution of mental and physical phenomena by yourself, you begin to fear. The fourth one, the knowledge of fear. It's not a fear with the dosa. It's a fear with the wisdom. But you understand that nama rupa are subject to dissolution. You realize with your own wisdom. For that reason, you fear, Earlier you do not know. Right now, because of deeper level of concentration, knowledge, you begin to realize dissolution of nama rupa by yourself. Then you begin to fear. Fear not with the dosa, fear with the wisdom and understanding. In other words, we call it samvega, spiritual urgency. So you will not forget about the Dhamma. You will be all the time practicing when you read this level. Because you are mindful, you know that nama rupa subject to dissolution. Then fear came in. Fear, Payajnana. We call it a spiritual fear, Then you have the knowledge of danger, the danger of nama rupa. Earlier you do not see the danger of nama rupa, the danger of your mind and your body. Because of that, you have a craving to your mind and body. Now you see the danger because they are subject to dissolution. They are always rising and passes away. Now at this level, they are always disappearing. Danger, you see the danger of nama rupa. Then, because you see the danger, because of that, the knowledge of disenchantment no longer have a craving toward nama rupa. So if you see the danger of it passing, then no attachment at all. You are trying to avoid, That is called the knowledge of disenchantment. Now you see the danger of nama rupa. Because of that, no attachment at all. The knowledge of disenchantment. Then you have the knowledge of desire for liberation. because you don't have attachment to your mind and body and all material phenomena. Because of that, you want to liberate. You want to liberate. You want to attain liberation or nibbana. Nibbana. The knowledge or desire for liberation. Not normal desire. So strong, you know. It's based on fear and danger or namarupa. Then you come back to the knowledge of reflective contemplation. So earlier, you are contemplating rise and fall of namarupa, but later you see the fear, the nature of dissolution of namarupa. Then you begin to fear, and you see the danger of them, and because of that, you don't have any craving or attachment to a namarupa. Then because of that, you want to liberate from craving to your mind and body. Then what you have to do is come back to your meditation object. So now you are contemplating a rising and falling of namarupa. On the arise, on the disappear. Come back to your original meditation method. That is called the knowledge of reflective contemplation. You're trying to reflect the nature of namarupa, how they arise, how they disappear, how they disappear. Then when you keep on practicing, then the knowledge of equanimity toward formation. The knowledge of equanimity toward formation. Here, equanimity, upekkha, higher level, very high. Earlier, when you see you have an attachment to your namarupa because you don't know the real nature of namarupa. So when you practice Vipassana, you begin to realize they are subject to dissolution. You begin to fear, fear. And also, earlier you have attachment, now fear. Then you have a desire to liberate. And because of that, you need to reflect or contemplate the nature of namarupa again. But when you reach this level, the knowledge of equanimity toward formation, then you are equanimate. Your mind is equanimate, very stable. You don't have any craving as well as hatred. You don't have any grasping and you don't have any rejection. Just see how they arise, how they disappear. There's no fear, and also there is no attachment. Equanimity. The knowledge of equanimity toward formation. Then, the knowledge of conformity. So actually, the knowledge of conformity is very important. Anuloma. Actually, when we are going, when we learn the process of magga and phala, we learn this one, conformity, anuloma. So here, the knowledge of conformity is in conformity with earlier nine type of insight knowledge. Earlier 9, but this is number 10. The knowledge of conformity is number 10. So this conformity is a connection or a bridge between earlier 9 and magga and phala. Just like a bridge, a bridge. It's called the knowledge of conformity. Then you're going to take magga and phala, and it's called the change of lineage. Actually, the change of lineage is the knowledge or a state of mind between number 6 and number 7 purification. Number 6 and number purification. According to Visuddhimagga, change of lineage is not included in any other, number 6 or number 7. It's in between. Change of lineage. So your lineage or the sensory mind is going to change to the magga, supreme consciousness, supramundane consciousness, change of lineage. then you attain Magga, attainment of Magga, Maggaviti. Actually, we already learned Bhavanga, vibrational Bhavanga, past Bhavanga, vibrational Bhavanga, and Advadin, mind or Advadin. Sorry, there's arrest Bhavanga, mind or Advadin, and preparation, assess, and conformity. Actually, earlier we talked about conformity, right? Number 10 inside knowledge is the conformity, the knowledge of conformity. It is a kind of a bridge between normal mind and Magga. And change your lineage. Then we have a path, and two type of fruition. Then Bhavanga. So this is a for average faculties. For those who are very key faculties, then three type of fruition. So now, after conformity, the knowledge of conformity, there is another state of mind, change your lineage. Then after that, path or Magga. So this is it. Now the meditator attain Magga. Sodapati Magga. Number 7. The moment of the arising of path is called purification by knowledge and vision. Now your knowledge, your vision, pure because of Magga and Phala. Now 7 stages, it go like this. First, you have to start with your pure virtue. Then your mind must be pure. In that way, your view will be pure. If your view is pure, then you will be able to overcome doubt. Then next stage, then there will be 10 corruption inside. But if you keep on practicing, you will know them. They are not the path. Your path is the inside knowledge of the rising and falling away of Nama-rupa. And keep on practice. So when you keep on practice, then in your mind, only cessation of Nama-rupa appear very clear. Then you begin to fear. Then you see the danger of Nama-rupa because they are subject to cessation. All the time, dissolution. Then, disenchantment. Because you see the danger of Nama-rupa, for that we no longer attached to that, no longer attached to Nama-rupa. Then you want liberation. Desire for liberation. Then you come back to your original meditation and contemplating rising and falling on Nama-rupa. Then the next stage, equanimity. Your mind is so equanimate, so balanced that you do not pay attention to. There's no danger. There's no fear and there's no attachment. You just see. You just observe how they arise. Then there is the knowledge of conformity, anuloma jnana. Then after the knowledge of conformity, then you have a change of lineage. Then after that, Magga. So in the Magga level, the purification by knowledge and vision. Your vision, your knowledge is pure now. So you see Nama-rupa as they really are. If they change, in their own way, no, not affected in your mind. That is Magga and Phala, Magga and Phala. Okay, maybe short question if you have. If you don't have, continue. Maybe This one I think you already learned. Who is Sotapanna? Now, the meditator begins Sotapanna. The word Sotapanna is divided into two words, Sota and Apana. Sota means the stream, Apana means the one who reach that stream. Apana means entera, the one who first reach the stream. So in Dutiya Sariputta Sutta, and the Buddha asks, who is a street enterer? Sariputta, people say that a street enterer, a street enterer. What now Sariputta is a street enterer? And the Buddha say, one who possesses this noble eightfold path. Venerable is called a street enterer. So that means Sotapanna means the one who possesses the noble eightfold path. The noble eightfold path. We can imitate Sotapanna for a while if you have the noble eightfold path. 1 minute Sotapanna. Because possess, possess. So actually, Sotapanna eradicate three factors. Wrong view, clinging to rights and rituals, and doubt. Actually, maybe I will explain a little bit, but here wrong view means a person, Sotapanna, no longer have a wrong view about his body and mind as a whole. Because as we have understand that 7 stages of purification, he already realized that. So comprehension of nama rupa, he just see nama as a nama, rupa as a rupa. He no longer see as a whole, as a whole. Normally, we, as a normal person, we have a sakadati, we call it sakadati, personality view. This is me, this is he, etc. Clinging to rights and rituals. Actually, earlier, normal people, they have a lot of clinging to rights and rituals. Someone becomes Sotapanna, no attachment, because he realized the origin, the cause of nama rupa, and the problem of the origin of our problem, how our problem arises. He himself realized. For that reason, he began to realize rights and rituals are not important for him. Of course, in religion, rites and rituals are important. It plays an important role. But in Buddhism, especially in our temple, rites and rituals are less important. Very lucky because of these classes. We have a lot of classes. So we understand that we need rites and rituals, but not important. But sometimes it's important. But if you reach higher level, higher understanding, not important anymore. 2 days I went to hospital and I chant and I bless. Important, important. Important for them, very powerful for the patient, for the patient. But patient is Sotapanna, not important for her, not important for her. We have to understand in such a way. Then doubt. So doubt about triple-gem, doubt about Dhamma. No longer have any doubt about Dhamma, because 100%, unwavering faith to the Dhamma, and also the owner of the Dhamma, and also the bearer of the Dhamma, Sangha. Sangha trying to carry out, maintain the Dhamma. The first 2 factors are under deity. In terms of defilements, street enterer eradicates 2 defilements: wrong view and doubt. in terms of defilement. Earlier one in terms of factor. Factor. Let's talk about one's Ratana. One's Ratana, Sakadagami. The word Sakadagami can be divided into two words, Saka and Agami. Saka means once, Agami means Ratana. He will come back only once. It is so called because once Ratana will come back to this world in the human realm, at most one more time, he will not come back. So thereafter, he will take a relationship. He still have an attachment, Then he will come back one more time to Singapore. then after one more time, no come back. So that's called one's return. So here, this world means this human realm. And sometimes, actually, some interpret as this world means sphere realm, including 6 heavenly realm. He come back to the human realm one more time, but some interpret is sphere realm. Then he will go up. He will go to Brahma realm. Then, with utter distraction of 3 factors, earlier we Sotapanna also destroy. With the diminution of lust, hatred and delusion, when somebody becomes one's Ratana, his Lobha Dosa Moha diminish, diluted. A bhikkhu is a one's Ratana who, after coming back to this world, only one more time. So we have 5 type of one's Ratana. Then you can go to page number 361. Next one is Nunu Ratana. Will not come back. Nagami can be divided into 2 words. Na agami. Na me not. Agami me Ratana. Will not come back. It is so called because Nunu Ratana will not come back to sphere realm, because he has already eradicated a lust or craving to sensory desire. No sensory desire. For that reason, will not come back sensory realm, human realm and heavenly realm. No desire to enjoy sensual pleasure. If he cannot attain a relationship in this very life, he will have a rebirth in the Brahma realm. But he still has attachment to meditative bliss, his meditation bliss. But the utter distraction of 5 lower factors. A bhikkhu is one of the spontaneous path due to attain final Nibbana there in Brahma realm without returning from that world. He will not come back. No sensory desire. Because we want to come back because we have a sensory desire. We want to go to heaven, 6 heavenly realm, sensory desire. But for him, no returner, no sensory desire. So we have 5 lower factors. 3 factors eradicated by stream intera as well as the one's Ratana. And we have another 2 factors eradicated by Nuratana. So they are called 5 lower factors. Because they are the factor, they will draw you to lower realm. But here lower realm is human realm and 6 heavenly realm. So it will result in a rebirth in the lower existence. It's called 5 lower factors. So non-Ratana remove 2 more factors, sensory desire and ill. So if you have a sensory desire, then you might come back to human realm and 6 heavenly realm. So if you have actually in the Brahma, the Brahma, they don't make ill will. No? So, how to say that? Wrong view and attachment to rights and rituals and doubt and sensory desire and ill will. If you have these 5 factors, and they will reset a rebirth in the lower existence, lower realm, including 6 heavenly realm. Now the last one, arahantship. So the word arahat is defined in many ways in Visuddhimagga and commentaries. So actually I will mention only 2 definitions. Number 1, arahat means the one who utterly remote and far away from all type of defilements. No any type of defilements at all. Then number 2, arahat means the one who is worthy of the best offering and worthy to be honored by gods and man, and God and man. That is called arahant. Worthy of offering and worthy to honor by gods and man. With the destruction of taints or defilement, a bhikkhu has realized for himself with the direct knowledge in this very life. So taintless liberation of mind. There's no taints in the mind. Liberation by wisdom. So you are liberated with the wisdom or understanding. When you are meditating, when you achieve jhana, your mind is liberated. Not because of wisdom, because of the mind, because of concentration. Panya vimoti and Chitta vimoti. Chitta vimoti means your mind is liberated from taints or defilement because of concentration. But now, as the arahant, because of wisdom or understanding, not because of jhana, because of insight wisdom. It's called liberation by wisdom. Having entered upon it, he dwells in it. So that means he became arahant. What the Buddha taught in the Suttas. Now, the end taught the lessons. Then in Dhamma, the Buddha said that. Sorry. Not the word lesson. Arahant eradicate the 5 subtle factors. Desire for 5 materials. Even he don't have any desire for meditative bliss. Desire for immaterial. Even the bliss of immaterial jhana. No desire. No conceit. No restlessness. No ignorance. Actually, very noble, No conceit at all. No comparison in his mind. Some people compare. He's richer. It's more degree like this, Arahant, no comparison, no comparison at all. But of course, he will compare with the wisdom, with the wisdom. Between 2 persons, the Buddha may compare, not with the defilement, not defilement. And restlessness, no restlessness, all the time, calm and serene. No ignorance. So they are called, these 5 certified factors are called Uddhambhagiya Sanyojana. Factors which can reset a rebirth in the upper existence. So upper existence means Brahmaram. So if you still have desire for 5 material and desire for immaterial, if you still have conceit, restlessness, ignorance, then you stay was born as a Brahma. So, but they were not reset, a rebirth in the lower existence. So for that reason, it's called a higher higher factor. Higher factor. Now arahant. in Dhammapara, in Samranikaya, and also in Dhammapara, the Buddha said that whether in a village or forest, in a valley or on the plain, wherever the arahants dwell, is truly a delightful place. Very beautiful, very beautiful. If arahants stay in a place, whether it's forest or valley or anywhere, it's called delightful place. Because I still remember this part, because my teacher, I give a Dhamma talk. When his disciple, close disciple, one of the, he's how to say, well-known disciple, decided to live in a village. He gave a Dhamma talk, this one. If arahants stay in a village or in a forest or in a valley, anywhere is delightful. My disciple, educated, virtuous, he decided to stay in your village. Delightful place. The villagers are very happy. My teacher gave it a talk. Still remember. Okay, any question? Okay.
Today's lesson, the final lesson, is very powerful and very important.
Thank you.
For me. I had long wondered what the mind of the Arahant is. I think today I have better understanding.
Okay, good.
Regarding the 7 stages of clarification, my question may seem silly because sometimes I don't get what you're saying too busy, taking notes. But when I think about the seven stages of clarification, actually there are 2 key turning points or 2 key stages in the journey. The first is fear. The meditator has to know fear. That's the first stage. And then the second stage would be the path to resolve that fear. When I say fear, meaning that he has to see for himself the danger of impermanence in this mind and in this body. And he does that by observing the arising and then the falling. That is the fear.
Yeah.
A fear with wisdom. So he wakes up, so to speak. And then what does he do with this fear? He finds the solution to the fear. The solution to the path that he should walk.
Yeah.
And the path that he should walk will be, once he has that fear, the dispassion comes in. There's no point clinging.
Yeah.
Because as the sutta says, in the deepest levels of samadhi, things are happening so fast
Yeah.
that there's no point clinging to them. So then he looks for the power for the solution. So he, like you said, he goes back to the original meditation and then he contemplates. And because, so first of all, he sees it for himself, and then he says, oh, it's like that, so then that fear arises, he knows. And then what is that solution, the power of the fear? He contemplates on how the arising and falling comes about. And then his mind becomes equanimous, because whatever object that appears to him, it doesn't fall to the sound.
Yeah.
Right, and then it's easier to talk. You see, but for me, what I'm trying to say is that the 7 stages, ultimately for me, it's just these 2 key turning points. The fear, he has to see for himself, he has to wake up.
Yeah.
And then after this, to find that solution, and that solution lies in the equanimity of the mind. And once you are equanimous, then you have the liberation.
Yeah.
Of late, I've been very interested in the mental factor of equanimity. When you first taught us equanimity, I remember we heard about 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it. I mean, I just know it with the knowledge, But now I truly understand. But I really begin to understand the power of equanimity.
Equanimity.
Not just.
This is one type of equanimity. We have a 10 type.
Yes, yes. This is
You can see in Wisdom Mega.
Yes, this equanimity is the factor in life.
Yeah.
The power of equanimity. Not a daily life. Anything that appears in front of you.
Yeah.
And then obviously, equanimity as a factor in my settlement.
Okay.
And then, so that's really my takeaway.
Good.
It's very important lesson.
Very beautiful. Actually, you can read Ratha Vinita Soda, Majjhima Nikaya, Soda number 24. Very beautiful. Actually, no time to explain. So the Buddha gave a simile of, how to say, the chariot. Very beautiful. Okay, any more? One question? Okay. The last question. What is? The question or your contribution is okay. Anything?
No, it's a question on purification. For layman, I ask, is it really compulsory for purification that we have to observe 5 precepts or 8 precepts during meditation?
Actually, at this level, not 5 precepts. You already more than 8 precepts. A lot of precepts are there. A lot of precepts. Because here, precept here means controlling bodily and verbal wrong actions. So when you are meditating, your virtue, your contact is quite pure, Not even mental wrongdoing, let alone virtue or sila. 100% pure. Okay, so thank you so much. Especially a very big thank for attending this class for many 3 years, 3 years. So I want to request, want to take a group photo as a remembrance. And also, Teacher Lily have one thing to say.
Okay, before we do the photo taking, I'd like to thank everyone for being so determined.